Hello everybody, my name is Katrinka, I'm a professional singer and a vocal coach, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do another video from the Versus series. We've already done a couple. If you haven't seen them yet, go check them out. These series are doing pretty well and I really appreciate the support. I was thinking how to dive into metal sphere with this series, and when I recently reacted to Disturbed Down with the Sickness, I remembered this wonderful song, Le Sound de Silence, the sound of silence. I knew for a longer time that Henk Poort covered Sound of Silence, and of course everyone knows that Disturbed covered Sound of Silence. So today we're gonna look at two different styles, two different singers singing one song. First and foremost, don't forget this is in no way, shape or form putting one singer in front of another. Both of these singers are fantastic. They are well educated about their voices. They have long singing careers and they are utter and almost professionals at what they do. So we're not gonna be comparing their qualities, but we're gonna be comparing their styles and different approach to this song. We're gonna look at the way they tamed down this song, because this song is pretty difficult, what technique they used, why, and first and foremost, how they made the song theirs. And yes, don't forget to subscribe. The new upload schedule is up in the YouTube banner. And I'm also back to streaming. Our first stream is successfully done. I mean, successfully is a questionable word. Okay. I did not expect this to go so easily. We were carving a pumpkin and I swear no one died. The stream schedule is gonna be down in my description, so come hang out and have fun and you can be part of my community. And now without any further ado, we're gonna start with Henk Poort and his performance on Beste Zangers and his Sound of Silence. Alright, let's go. Oh, I love the setting that they have there. The whole idea of Beste Zangers is just such a beautiful idea of appreciation.
Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted
such a soft and beautiful start.
Still remains within the sound of silence.
I did not expect him to do any other choice of then starting very lightly and very softly. He is sitting, which we know that this song gets pretty difficult in the second part, and there's a lot of big open, very high notes to hit. So definitely sitting down is way more difficult than being able to stand up and be more grounded. Even though he is a classical operatic singer, he is not using too much of vibrato. His tones are pretty narrow. There is some vibrato, but I feel like it's very natural for him. The kind of vibrato that comes with a mature voice, and also you need to diffuse the end of phrases somehow. So that's completely normal. And also you can tell that Flor absolutely loves Henk. She is like looking at him with such pride and respect, and it's just really awesome to see two artists, two musicians support and really admire each other this much.
In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a high street lamp.
He's not opening his mouth too much, but it's not needed yet.
I collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light.
I feel like this song is a very much like a legacy kind of song.
And touch the sound
Still very lightly.
of silence.
His mouth is still very closed. I do believe that once he's gonna go higher, he's gonna get more of open space to be able to get more fuller and bigger sound. What is really interesting is that he's starting very commanding and very strong at the beginning of the phrase, but it really makes sure that he diffuses this a lot and properly in the second part of the phrase before he finishes it.
1,000 people, maybe more.
More.
People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening.
Now he's opening the mouth more, and he's getting that more substance.
Voices never shared, and no one dared.
I'm proud as well.
Of silence. Fool said I do.
Okay, so just very quickly, every singer sings this song a little differently. That's why I'm looking forward these verses so much. He is really focusing on the first part of the phrases and then very slowly diffusing them. He's using way more vibrato at this point, which is absolutely normal because the sound is also bigger and more heavy. Also, the mouth is way more open, and it's mainly because he went from this very subtle, a very light beginning, and now he's amping it up, which requires way more space, way more openness, so he can create that substance in the sound.
Fool said I do not know.
Henk.
Silence like a cancer grows.
I did not expect him to fry.
My words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you.
Beautiful.
But my words, like silent raindrops, fell.
I'm not breathing with him.
In the wells of silence.
Silence. Nice little growl at the silence. Just for you to know, Henk is primarily a classical singer, so him adding a lot of fry on top of his singing is not something that is typical or that he's at home with, probably. But he's just showing that he's an incredible versatile singer, and if he wants to make it a little dirtier, to make it a little more raw, he definitely can. Ooh, and how nicely. Ooh. Well done. Very well done, Fry. Such a well done Fry. Oh my god. A lot of times he's choosing actually even like a more difficult way to go. For example, in the word pray, he's not dragging a like pray, but he's dragging an e, pray, which is a way more closed one. He's definitely not playing. He's showing completely different style to his normal everyday kind of singing, and he's also showing that he's not afraid of literally anything. Henk is badass, everybody. Oh, see, this one was clean completely. I feel like when it comes to music, he's like a father figure to Floor and to many. Every single one of us have someone that we really, really look up to. The last one was completely clean. There was no distortion. This is where he showed that distortion is added by purpose. This was a challenge for Henk, but not really from the technical point of view. Like, oh my God, am I gonna sing it? Am I gonna be able to hit that notes? No, not from that point of view, but from like trying something completely different. There is a metal singer, a fantastic one, like a Floor, sitting in the audience, which I feel like this is the reversed role, where he is at home in a very classical, pure singing, and she is, you know, experiencing growls and fries and a very metal, sometimes dirty, sometimes very raw kind of singing. So he did not sing it purely in operatic style. You could tell that was 100% true. He did a lot of distortion. He did a lot to make it way more raw. And I really appreciate what he did with the song, because he could have sang it just in his style and do it perfectly. Okay, so now we're gonna move to a Disturbed and Dave's version of The Sound of Silence. Even like the first few tones makes you emotional. If they don't, like, how do you do that? I love him so much.
Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain.
He's singing very lightly. That's something that they both did.
The sound of silence.
But also, in both cases, they did a right choice, because the song needs to be very soft and very, very, very light at the beginning. So you can actually add the huge amount of heaviness in the second part and make the contrast actually really audible, visible.
In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stared by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence.
It's incredible that this is the same man. The way he's singing is super lightly and very bright, which is mostly very unlikely to Dave's style. Just as Henk, he's not really opening his mouth a lot, which is okay, especially for the very beginning of the song, where you are more focusing on the very tiny resonation in your voice, on being very light and being very intricate. I feel like this song actually really shows how beautiful Dave's tone quality actually is. When he's not putting tons and tons of distortion on top of that. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love when he fries, because his fries is healthy, they're really sounding really good, and they can get you really amped up. But here, this is a rare occasion where you can hear how beautiful his actual voice color is.
And in the naked light I saw,
what a beautiful tone, by the way, there.
Maybe more people talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs and voices never shared, and no one dared disturb the sound.
There was a little switch over there, you could hear that. That was quite a big jump at the same time too. That's why it was a little bit audible, which is absolutely okay. If switches are audible, that's fine. Some people do it actually even on purpose. In this case, it was really nice because he went with a full voice and then diffused it a lot.
Fools say now you do not know, silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words and I might teach you. Take my arms and I might reach you.
He's starting to add a little distortion there.
On my way,
there goes the distortion. I feel like he's way more comfortable in the upper register than he was in the lower parts where he had to be super, you know, soft and vulnerable. Now he gets to use the distortion, he gets to really fry, and I feel that's where he feels at home, honestly. What is actually really interesting is that Henk at these parts already started to open his mouth a lot to get that substance in his sound. Dave, on the other side, is not opening his mouth at all. He literally stayed the same as he was at the very beginning, which, yes, I think that if he would open his mouth way more and relax a little bit more, he could get like way bigger sound. But at the same time, this allows him to make the song a little bit more fluent. There is not a big jump from the very subtle beginning to suddenly a big sound. He's making it very gradually. You can still hear a lot of modulations, but it's way more consistent.
Out in the wells of silence, and the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made.
God
And
damn
the
it!
sign lashed out its warning, and the words that it was forming, and the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whisper.
From the last time that I've heard this song, I really realized a little bit how his fry works. It's very divided from his actual voice. His singing voice is very audible under the fry. So if you really focus on that, you can hear the very clean singing voice. And then on top of that is placed this fry, which is very healthy, very well done. But it is not part of the singing voice. It's definitely positioned on top of that. If you listen really closely, you can almost differentiate between those. Like you can tell this is this and this is that.
In the sun of silence.
They both did the very last song clean, which allows them to make it so beautiful. Also, I love you too, Dave, so much. You're amazing. You're absolutely amazing artist. I freaking love Dave. The way he can really make it so freaking powerful. Now when I listened more of a Disturbed, I really gotta say the distortion he's using in here is pretty low for his standards, so he's pretty much keeping it clean. Honestly, he's been a good boy. Because also when you listen to Down to the Sickness, you can tell how far he can actually go with the distortion. So this was actually like he was really keeping it very clean and very beautiful. His scream and his fry is just so well done, and it's very healthy. It's not taxing on his voice. I do believe that he learned how to perfection his technique because of his health issues, and I believe that Dave is an amazing human being, an artist, and someone who is extremely strong because he took that and he did not let it fall down on him and give up. But on the other side, he actually took it and perfectioned his technique even more, so it made him even better. And the distortion in the scream is more of like a topping on a cake. Just one little thing that I wanted to talk about that I never noticed before is how he very smartly divided the word without, and how it helped him to climb up a little bit to that tone that he needed to hit. Just listen here. Here.
People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening.
Without speaking. I feel like the way he divided it was very pretty little detail in his diction. There you have it, two beautiful performances by two really admirable artists. I do believe that there is a huge difference in what they come from. One of them is a metal singer who is very used to fries, very used to screaming, growling, and then you have a classically trained opera singer. So inevitably, you have to have two different approaches to this song. One was very much at home with the clean parts and then really tried to try something new and show his versatility with the phrase, with the actual adding a distortion on top of his voice. And the other one showed us actually the polar opposite. He showed us that he actually is capable of doing something really beautiful and clean and strong. Both of them were very strong performances. I really loved both of them and I got completely different vibe from both of them. I really gotta say that I think this song levels them both, you know. It just really takes the best of you to do this song, to sing it well, to deliver the message, and to keep like the strength, the power of that song. So I really appreciate you watching. In the description of the video is gonna be linked to both of the original videos, and I'm gonna put the channels to the original artists too. I don't think Henk has a YouTube channel. He definitely should. Tag him. Bring him in! Don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell because I usually like and answer most of my first comments. First and foremost, stay safe and healthy, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye-bye.